It's Thursday night. All ye critters, come join us. It's time to continue our flight. There is magic and mystery from darkness. Our friendship will rise. But one thing's for sure, we never give up on the fight. Oh, get ready. It's Thursday night.
Last we left off, Bell's Hells, in trying to gather answers to mysteries and possible power advantages in the coming conflict with the Ruby Vanguard and Ludinus Deleth and his cronies, sought to look into the past of Ashton, as well as some unanswered questions that may lie within the Shattered Teeth. So you spoke to Avantravir, the great tree of atrophy, and learned more about the Titan blood that flows in your veins, and were sent to where a remaining shard of one of the great primordial Titans still currently resides hidden and uncollected. There you delved through the very tight mountainous caverns beneath the mountain where it is held. You went to the lava pool and retrieved both Ashton and Fern together within the depths of its molten rock, the last remaining spark of Roshan, and also seemed to draw the attention of Ludinus and some magically traveling associates. Battle ensued, in which you managed to free Fern from what seemed to be a attempted grasp at having a hostage. After defeating what seemed Ludinus, you took the staff and decided to teleport your troop to Whitestone. As part of that teleportation spell, you now drift through the magical ether of Exandria as you all get pulled into this sudden surge of arcane power unleashed with the runic symbols on the side of the staff. You are all immediately thrust into a space of spiraling arcane energy that's spiking into your body. It is a painful feeling your essence being torn from all sides, like you're about to be just jettisoned into a million different particles and lost into the magical weave of Exandria. All of you take 24 points of force damage. As the pain leaves your body for a second, you feel yourself finally pulled through an intentional destination. And all at once, you all feel your feet touch the ground as the sky begins to warm you. The mid-morning air of a faintly cloudy sky above begins to greet you as you look around at the upper branches of the golden-boughed sun tree, greeting you at your destination. Pale guard begin to rush up immediately as you kind of get your bearings, and you can see two of the front-armored pale guard kind of look up to the rest of you.
Hi, hey, sorry, no cause for alarm. We're acquaintances, at least, of Lord and Lady here.
They look at each other, and one of them steps forward and kind of pulls up the front of his helmet a bit to reveal these kind of like things. His light green eyes goes, "Do not worry, we were told to expect you. Bell's Hells, right?
That's us,
Yes.
Yeah, unless you have other business, we were told to escort you to the castle if you were to arrive." Following the pale.
Are you going in the palace?
Great.
Are you all right? I'm okay.
I'll just hold your hand as we go in.
And it is unique. Even though you were here previously, you didn't have too much of an opportunity to wander through the city. And every time you've had the opportunity, you relive these flashes of memories, these flooded moments and familiar alleys and spaces you used to play as a child with your friends. You get these moments that are mixed with like positive interactions and dark emotions that flood over you, and this like ice cold, like slow knife that just kind of rests in your stomach as you kind of turn back over your shoulder and see the entire city there. Before you catch your breath and walk back with the rest of your friends. The pale guard that's escorting you asks, Lord Percival, where is he at the moment? And one of the other pale guard turns around. He's in his workshop with the guests. Very well. Come with us, please. as you begin to step down the stairs into the workshop, you see this large open room with various workstations at either side of the chamber against the walls. There's a clean main island that sits at the center like a table. There are a handful of figures all kind of sitting around, some in chairs, some kind of hunched forward, looking at the top of this table where you can see there's a smattering of tools and materials laid out, and what looks to be, at a quick glance, the harness that you had left behind. As the troop kind of hears the footsteps as you approach, turning around, you can see, indeed, Verna the Viper. You see Imahara Joe kind of glance up. He's got like soot smears in his face. It pulls his goggles up and kind of gives a big smile to the rest of you. Dancer is over in the process of like doing some repairs on the small kind of tripod-like automaton that follows her, and kind of looks over and gives a nod and acknowledgement. And there, on the opposite side of this table, kind of arms out, it can go to the sides with what looks to be another set of heavy goggles with all manner of lenses kind of clipped onto it, kind of pulled up on the forehead. The thick kind of like soot-filled beard of Lord Percival de Rolo, kind of glancing at the rest of you. Oh, well, it appears the rest of them have arrived maybe just in time. Imahara Joe leaps up real fast and welcome back, runs up and just kind of gives you like a half shoulder hug and kind of goes over and starts grabbing each of your shoulders. I'm so glad you're safe.
Yeah.
So were you able to make any breakthroughs?
We're on the cusp. We've had a couple of speed bumps, and he looks over his shoulder to the rest of the crew, and kind of Dancer kind of puts a hand up on a bit, and you can see there's kind of a palpable air of frustration. At this point, Lord Percival looks up. How about the rest of you? I assume you've had an eventful journey?
It was
Pretty standard.
You hear behind you, as you've all entered the chamber, another voice that you don't recognize go, all right, I think perhaps I can bring this to bear. And you see stepping down the stairs an older woman in her early 60s or so. She steps down and kind of pulls her hair back again to tie it and looks at the rest of you. Oh, hello. Well, this is quite the crowded chamber suddenly.
Hey, we're Bell's Hells.
Hi.
I've heard a bit about your crew. I am Arcanist Allura Vysoren of the Tal'Dorei Council. Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Nice to meet you.
Indeed. What were we saying about
Lewdness is spied on us and showed up in the Shattered Teeth where we were trying to get a shard. But it wasn't him. It was like a clone of him with all of his powers, but he stepped into the lava before he let us kill it, and it had a stone in his forehead, and
He turned into snow.
yeah, he just kind of melted.
On his forehead.
a simulacrum, obviously? Kind of
Oh,
plucks it from you
Is
quite
it hard
easily.
to do? Is it?
What is it?
It is essentially a magical copy of oneself, diminished in some capabilities, but in others extremely capable, especially those of the magical persuasion. Usually, an individual is capable of only having one at a time of their own behest, but someone with a network as his would mean that he could have many.
That was diminished. All right, that's
How
great.
does the gem play into it?
She kind of looks at it for a second. One of the other limitations of a simulacrum is it's unable to learn. It's unable to acquire new knowledge.
Wait, does that mean that he doesn't know what happened in there?
This gem, I think, is what allows him to learn what they cannot.
Shit.
Like
Yeah,
he's
he
watching
said-
them through it?
He
Or-
said that right before he stepped in, we were about to defeat him, and he said, "At least I've learned some valuable things about you."
She puts the stone in her pocket for a second and reaches into her pouch. May I? And Percival kind of leans back a little bit and crosses his arms. Of course. Apparently I've reached the limitations of my usefulness. So show us what you're so good at, my dear. As the rest of the crew kind of step back a bit,
Such a dick.
Allura steps forward, and as you kind of see now the glow on the central table, the harness that you had previously left behind in its damaged, aged state, it currently has a much more vibrant appearance. The elvish historical quality of its build is even more prominent on display. Allura pulls her hand out of her pouch, and you can see her bring this odd little leather roll of tools as she rolls them out across the table, and slowly begins marking in what looks to be a few final bits of the metallic harness structure that are not connected by these inscriptions. With every single small hammer hit, there's a slight flash of like blue-green energy, and where she hits, you could see a rune is now carved into the metal, no more than maybe a couple of millimeters across. And you watch as she just goes across, muttering under her breath. And as she does, you can see the tools glow. You can see bits of material that she holds in her palm. She kind of spreads occasionally across the front of the hammer, and with each strike, it almost seems to burn. As it does, another rune appears. Eventually, she gets to the very, very final end of finishing it and kind of takes a breath. Do you all understand what this is?
A siphon of some sort.
This, at this scale, this size and intent, I would call it maybe a quintessence array. It's carefully regulated even in its most smallest applications. They're extremely difficult to craft, and of the highest level of magical enchantment, it's used to extract and refine arcane power from natural magical materials, or used in existing enchantments to transfer magic. Attempts to craft one on this scale have historically ended in tragedy due to both the volatile powers required in undoing the fabrics of magic itself, and those attempting it usually did not have the greatest of intents. The fact that Ludinus managed to create this initially and accomplished it speaks to his knowledge, his patience, his capabilities, and to a degree, his ambitions.
This was hundreds of years ago.
And I'll be honest with you, I could not make this. The only reason we're able to do what we've done so far is because we're working on an already completed construction. And even, you see her kind of like fiddling the tools in her fingers as she looks down at it with this kind of distant stare. Even aiding in repairing this device gives me pause, and I warn you that its use regarding sentient living beings is extremely amoral. But whatever help this can grant in learning about the Martinet and aiding your cause against him, I support that. All that I ask is, when all this is done, could you please turn this over to the Council or the Cobalt Soul for its sealing and or destruction? This should not be out in the world freely.
As long as it's just fucked up.
It has to hold a master.
Very good. Lady Allura, thank you. I appreciate your trust. Well,
Actually, before you go, if you are about to go, we should probably serve the main course. I pull it out, place it on the fucking table.
Okay. As you place it on the table, it burns your fingers, grasping and leaning it over that way. You take 2 points of fire damage.
Cool.
As it impacts, you can see the top surface of this central table cracks ever so slightly at the impact, and you watch as Lord Percival goes,
She can fix it.
You can see there's a faint bit of, almost like a carbon ring of immediate kind of flash burn on the surface material.
Yes.
Thank you.
Vibes.
It's a different look without the hat.
Yes, it confuses me.
Now, the placement here, this is an enclosed chamber, and while the temperature was a moderate chill, now the room almost immediately becomes a sauna. You begin to feel like the flop sweat begin to gather at the back of your neck and on the inside of your armor. Allura just, oh my. She does this odd, almost triangular carving in the air, leaving this very faint trail of magic behind, and kind of presses it forward with her palm gently, and as it does, the triangle expands and vanishes around the object, and you watch that same color kind of drift into her eyes. Where did you get this?
In the middle of a lava pond.
In the middle of the winter.
In the middle of a volcano.
In the middle of the shattered teeth.
In the middle of the night.
I would like very much one day to pick your brains. I've only been a few times, and it's a curious place. And she just looks back towards this. This is extremely dangerous and extremely exciting. If you brought this here, what is your intent with this?
Someone's gonna suck it into their body.
You're certain that's a good idea?
Oh,
Absolutely not. We were prophesied that it could happen from a tree. A tree told us that it might be an okay idea.
we had a long talk.
You see, like, her have a moment going through her memory banks. The Tree of Atrophy. You had quite the experience, didn't you?
You're familiar with this tree?
I've read about it.
So, this
Ashton has a shard already.
I am, in theory, infused with a shard of the Empress Kamille.
Really?
So I'm told by a tree.
This is curious. So the intent is to use the power of an ancient enemy of the gods to save them?
Or at the very least, and stop this terrible, terrible person.
Yeah.
But it also seems pretty clear that Ludinus was intent on taking it to fight the gods.
Yeah.
Well, we just have to stop Ludinus.
Well, this is all very exciting.
Have you had any word from the Voice of the Tempest of late?
Indeed. She should be arriving shortly. She retrieved some other individuals were to be having a meeting in the war room this afternoon. Perhaps you should join us with what you've encountered.
I would very much like that.
Yeah, how do you fuck with these people? Okay, yeah. Somehow.
And she lifts the small hammer with one final tap of the device.
Good, she got moved.
There's a little spark once more, and you watch at once all of the tiny bits of script on this harness begin to light up with a vibrant blue coloration that is moving and pulsing as it goes through, like it's coming to life. As it does, you can see the leather itself seems to glow, this like very, very faint bluish light. The runes then shift to greens, to purples. The funnel itself in the back gives this almost crystalline, kind of somewhat opaque, an opalescence, we'll go with that one, yeah. Begins to just shimmer and shift, and everyone kind of steps back a bit. And as it does, you could hear the table, this like rapid tapping, like the very thrum of power on this harness is causing it to vibrate against the table, like it's shaking. The rest of the room kind of takes a look at it. I believe it. I believe it's working.
What happens now?
Well, obviously we need someone to try it.
Put it on, chat.
Amazing. Give it to me.
Percival, and you see Allura's kind of holding her hands out. Oh yes, right. And he takes his cane and walks over to the edge and grabs these thick leather gloves and tosses them to Allura, who grabs them and puts them on, and like carefully reaches out and grabs the harness. Walks over and hands it to you. Put your arms through. She kind of opens up the back of it. It's like watching a mom dress her child. Kind of puts it through, and as soon as it makes contact with your body, it doesn't hurt, but it definitely feels like it's on the cusp of it. There's like this faint kind of like an electrical current that seems to almost flow through it that tingles. I will warn, it draws in the raw magical essence, not necessarily the enchantment, unless it's of a particular greatness.
Level.
Well, look at this castle. You guys have to have some magic shit laying around, right?
Everyone kind of looks at each other, then everyone at once looks over at Percival, who...
You're saving the world, sir.
Like, knocks the ground with his cane 3 times. The door opens and your footsteps. One of the pale guard from the cask comes down. Lord? Yes, could you please retrieve for me, let's say, some of the enchanted dishware that we were given last year by the Ventrals? A short time later, the 2 pale guard return. They have a small chest, and they kind of step forward and present it to Percival. It's like, give me that. He walks over with his cane and holds the clasped silverware near the edge of the crystal funnel. As it approaches, you can see the funnel begins to glow brighter, and the object kind of begins to shake a little bit, and you see him get a bit nervous and pull back. And then bring it forward. As he presses it towards the very, very entrance of this funnel, you watch the set of silverware suddenly flash, glow brightly. He lets go, and they just kind of stay there. As it floats,
What's happening?
the light begins to shift inside the funnel into the base of your neck, at which point the silverware curls into like a blackened, bent version of itself before scattering to black dust onto the ground. And you gain 5 temporary hit points. And are also instilled with the knowledge of what it's capable of.
Depending on the rarity of the item in question, the wearer of the harness gains one of the following benefits. Common, 5 temporary hit points. Uncommon, 10. Rare, the wearer's hit point maximum permanently increases by 2. All attack rolls and ability checks have advantage until they complete a long rest. Very rare, the wearer's hit point maximum permanently increases by 5. All attack rolls, saving rolls, and ability checks have advantage until they complete a long rest. Legendary, one of the wearer's ability scores is permanently increased by 2, depending on the item, as does your maximum for that score. Some powerful items might bestow additional benefits. If a creature of powerful magical essence is physically touching the funnel for 1 minute, their magical essence is temporarily drawn from them, removing any magical ability they have for 24 hours, while bestowing a unique benefit upon the wearer until the wearer completes a long rest. This benefit varies depending on the creature. If a magical creature touches the harness for 1 hour or more, they are destroyed, and the wearer gains a permanent benefit based on the creature. Once a creature gains a benefit from the array, they cannot benefit from it again until they complete a long rest. If this item is used more than once, within a 24-hour period, there is a cumulative 20% chance each additional use that it breaks.
Ooh.
That thing's fucking...
This is awesome!
Let's probably take that off. I think it might be a really good idea. Can somebody get him
Allura has
out?
the gauntlet still. I'll go ahead and...
Whoa.
Sets it back down on the table.
Can that thing you think maybe, no guarantees, either wake up whatever the fuck's in me, or maybe try put these things together and see what happens?
This object, this crystal that you brought, this part of Shaun, is an extremely powerful artifact. What you said as a point of warning likely is true. To have both within a singular vessel, it's possible one could survive, but it's also highly possible that it would rend you into 1,000 pieces.
I feel like I'm already pre-rendered here. I don't know.
What about Fernie? Can Fernie do it then?
Maybe by Fernie activating it, it'll still activate something in you.
Yeah.
Want to put a weird fire emperor in you?
Yeah. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time. Yes, it's...
Up to you.
I mean, we could certainly try.
Yeah, there we go. Everybody drink.
Should we not use it again today since it might
we used
destroy
it.
itself?
We also probably should rest because we have our ass kicked.
Yes.
You know, I think a lot better on full stomach, and we've been jumping all over.
All right,
the
let's
place.
sit down.
I don't know where friends are. Can we get something to eat? Whatever, try.
We're not eating
One
any
of
of
the
this.
pale guard
Smells
comes
like
down.
shit.
Lord Percival's like, yes, please see that our guests are fed and given some rest before this afternoon's gathering. Go.
Oh, good.
yeah.
Very well trained.
Great.
All right, as you leave, Dancer also exits, and you hear FCG.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a moment?
Oh,
She walks up and kind of drops down on her knee like she used to do when addressing you. That we all got weird shit in our past that we've had to work through, or still are working through, and there are a few of us who understand the difference between the reasons for being created and the nature of what you want to be. I just want to say, I understand whatever happened there wasn't you. I can't say I'm necessarily ready or comfortable yet. But I see that you've brought a very necessary light to some new folks' lives, and they seem to be doing a better job of keeping you true than I ever did. Maybe it's because I never really looked too far beyond myself. Maybe we just weren't a good team. I'll admit that. I got my faults. Anyway, I know you're real mushy on the inside for being so hard on the outside, and I just didn't want you going into more dangerous circumstances with this weighing on you.
well, thank you. I mean, that's more than I deserve or expected, and I know it was hard for you to say, and thank you. I think you gave me a really great gift. You gave me a shot at living, and that's something that I'll be grateful for forever. Whether you intended to or not, it was really an incredible gift to me. And I hope to pay that gift forward to all my friends and keep them alive. And yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe we weren't a great team, and maybe I think I've just been trying to find meaning for so long now that I kind of forgot that, like, getting forgiveness from you or validation from a god or a purpose from deep within my memory banks, it's not really, that's not a thing. None of those things will tell me what I am or where to go. I guess part of life is just figuring it out as you go, not having a map. I just hope I'll find a place where I can be happy and where you can be happy, and if our paths cross again, well, that'll be special, but thank you for sending me on the path.
And she finally makes eye contact with you. You always were something special. Just don't fuck it up.
I won't. Can I give you a hug? All right, I'll come and just sort of put my arms around her.
You can feel the tension in her body as you do.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, that's enough.
All right, that's fine.
That's enough
That's
right
good.
there.
That was something.
And the rest of you have a little bit of time to rest if you'd like.
Yay!
Food is
Short rest?
prepared for like a midday lunch.
Oh, God, please.
A short time into your rest, you finish your meal and kind of banter amongst yourselves before you hear, I wouldn't say a commotion, but the sound of heavy footfalls and approaching pale guard in, further ways down the hall. You just kind of get a quick glimpse as they pass by before two pale guards arrive to the chambers where you've been resting. One of them is saying, "The voice of the Tempest has returned and is within the war room. Your presence has been requested."
Oh.
Gathering your things and riding the growing tension and energy that's pushing towards this war room, you follow the pale guards that called to your attention up the staircase, up to the secondary floor of the castle as you enter the chamber, and you can see other figures there waiting, looking up towards you. As Lady Allura looks up and smiles with a nod, you can see Lord Percival already within the chamber, kind of leaning with his cane in front, both hands on it. You see the voice of the Tempest herself, Lady Allura. You see the older halfling, Professor Ebenold Kai of the Grim Verity, present. And another woman of half-elfin descent, similar garb to Keyleth, though looking a bit older, as well, standing at her side. And as you enter the chamber...
Mom? Is my mom?
As you enter the chamber, the doors close behind, and Lord Percival goes, "Very well. I guess it seems the time to speak is now." Professor Ebenold Kai, the older halfling of the Grim Verity, steps back into his conversation. "The Verity has been able to reach diplomats and leaders across the Menagerie Coast and Eastern Marquet, thanks to Mrs. Villiers here. We have the support of Ankarel, Eos, and the Tangulan Keep in Marquet, as well as the Clovis Concord, willing to offer aid." The half-elven woman who Ebenold referred to as Villia kind of leans forward to the table. "I have been able to contact a few allies in Wildmount that are aligned with our goals, some that are already tangled with aspects of this mess. Word of Ludinus being present at multiple places across Exandria reveals how wide his network of chaos has spread. More and more civilians are claiming allegiance to the Ruby Vanguard's ideals every day, causing escalation and disturbances and leaving some politicians immobile. It seems organization of this movement has been well plotted in advance." Keyleth gives a nod. "The unbinding of many legendary dangers across the world has also only added to the fear and frustrations of the populace. Many of the realm's strongest have been caught dealing with these threats at a time when unity is paramount, and the suppressing of communications has greatly diminished the ability to organize fast enough. Every step feels like 3 steps behind them." And Allura kind of nods and says, "To that point, the few of us within the Arcana Pansophical that have been in contact have concluded that the source of this scrambling of magic communication is either near or is the Malleus Key itself within the Hellcatch. With other militaries still trying to organize in the wake of the solstice and the dangers that have been unleashed at home, the only true military force that has been able to surround the site is largely Vasselheim's. It seems, however, that the Ruidians continue to hold a strong defense, and seemingly, word is they hold some innate capabilities that diminish some divine magics. All that being said, it seems because of this, the area immediately surrounding the Malleus Key is, at the moment, a graveyard of warcrafts and the fallen. Regardless, in our study with the Pansophical, another worrying hypothesis has risen. The longer that the key holds the peak of the apogee solstice in place, a cumulative strain on the very weave of magic, the ley lines themselves, begins to build. We worry that with enough tension, over time it could tear the weave itself. This could alter or rearrange the fundamentals of magic as we understand it throughout the world, or worse, destroy it, or even Exandria. So, regardless, that tower likely has to be destroyed. Which Percival steps in. I agree, but is that not the link to Rudis? We need to stop Ludinus and his toadies before they unleash divine Armageddon. If we destroy the tower, we have no way to even reach them to stop them. Keyleth then follows up on that point. We don't even know what awaits us on that moon. With this many unknowns, we cannot send our forces into a possible meat grinder on the other side of that bridge. We need intel. A scouting mission to quickly survey the state of things, how dire our timeline is, and return. In fact, the gods still remain after these weeks tells me that the awakening of Predathos isn't as simple as the Vanguard just shaking the moon awake.
We'll scout. I've seen the surface.
Kind of there's a pause in the chamber a bit.
There's cities. There's wildlife. Red dust storms. The people there feel bitter, betrayed. They've been trapped. They have a whole society.
No, Allura looks over to you. Do you know anything of how they're organizing? Where they're organizing? Or where they're going, or what it is they're hoping specifically to achieve up there? Do we know where the bridge leads?
I don't think I do, but...
We'll just have to go look again, find out.
Our little group, this squad, has a lot of skin in the game. Put us to use. And image and circumstances are going to get us closer than anybody else.
Keyleth pipes up. Well, I guess there is merit to that. You all have specific capabilities. Do you feel confident in your ability to infiltrate unnoticed? You're a small enough band comparison to the legions that have been arriving and creating a military wall outside of the key.
We might be wise to prepare ourselves for, inclement conditions, and also might be nice to have some items that would shield us from danger.
While I don't have enough items to protect you from prying eyes, I can impart to you that sort of shielding for a period of time. About 8 hours I can prevent you from being seen.
That's amazing.
Remotely.
It's fantastic.
I'll get us started.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to get to the Malleus key again.
He looks over at Percival. I think we have a few ways and a few minds that could put something together.
So if Allura can keep us on the DL and put us right on the ground there, that'll be a huge help.
I think I could do that. If you infiltrate the Malleus Key, cross the Bloody Bridge, learn whatever you can about the state of Rudis, the Rylorian people, how advanced the Ruby Vanguard's plan is, return, we can all coordinate an advance on this moon of ill omen. Percival kind of standing there. This is both terrifying and exhilarating. I'm thankful there is a younger generation willing to take up the torch.
They're expecting the nations of the world to convene. They're not expecting us.
Yeah.
If I can manage to get the rest of the crew, Rin would have some interesting things to say. It would be quite a...
Oh boy. I can speak.
We broke her in.
I can speak on behalf of the plane riders. We unfortunately, Ren was damaged in the initial assault on the key.
There were 2 others that were helping us on that day. They were taken as well.
From Wildmount.
They seemed like, you might know him. He seemed like a very powerful wizard. Maybe not as powerful as you, but
Ginger fella.
Red
Red
hair,
Kind of dirty.
scarf. and a woman with abs. Lots of abs.
I do believe I'm familiar with who you're speaking of.
Yeah, they were taken. I don't know if you've heard from them.
Woman, not the abs.
Not them specifically, but some of their allies I've been in contact with.
Oh.
Might be able to find out quickly. But at the very least, if we can recover Rin as part of this, that would be extremely helpful.
This is where the rubber meets the road.
Indeed. Keyleth kind of clears her throat a bit. Mother, Villia, rally those you've conscripted to the cause and have them keep their powers at the ready for when we know the time is right. She goes, of course, voice. And they kind of smile. Do what you can to prepare. Allura, she nods. I will do the same and see what I can muster at the Pansophical and the Council's capability. We can only offer what is not needed to defend things at home. But I'll see what I can. Lord Percival, and you're welcome to stay here for the time that you need to prepare. The doors open and the War Room Union is adjourned.
This is weird fucking town.
And this was your weird town.
It was my weird fucking town.
Are you,
We should
are you
dig up some
okay?
of your weird
How are you
shit.
feeling? You feeling
I'm
weird?
alright. It's a little weird. I do kind of want to, maybe go snooping, though.
Go around the old hood.
A little bit.
A little jaunt around the block.
Should we go find
I'm less afraid now. And I'm just more curious.
Bet there's someone in this castle who was probably here when you were a kid. Who was probably up here when everything was fucked.
Lauren, in this moment you notice that feeling like you're being watched.
If I try to subtly take in the weather, can I figure it out?
You go and kind of look around the vicinity and you see a shadow shift down the hall far from where you're standing.
I'm just gonna put my hands in my pockets and stroll down that way.
As you
Hello.
look past, and in the next room, it looks like there is a reading den, and standing holding this, what looks like a soft doll, but it seems to clink with metal innards in an odd way as she
Ugh,
shifts
terrible.
it. This little girl you've seen previously here, horned, dark hair, red skin, servant smiles. Hi,
Hi. You remember me?
I do.
What are you up to right now?
Just playing.
You gotta come meet my friends. You wanna come with me and meet my friends?
Maybe.
Okay.
I'm taller than you.
You are taller than me. A lot of people are taller than me.
Means you have to do what I say.
You are a Rolo. Okay. Do you want to tell me to introduce you to my friends?
No,
Oh,
I command you to introduce me to your friend.
Oh my god.
well. I do live to serve. Right this way, milady.
She follows.
Sorry to interrupt, guys. I have some more of the nobility I would like to introduce. Or maybe she can speak for herself.
I am Lady Gwendolyn de Rolo. I am the queen of the house, and everyone who's shorter than me has to do what I say.
Oh, what?
It's the law.
Oh, I forgot to mention, Ladna, Gwendolyn really likes skeletons.
Really?
I've been watching you.
Do you like scary?
Yeah.
I take my middle fingernail and I just carve it down my chest.
Okay.
She was like,
And just allow the skin to pull back.
Oh,
just
God.
That's a
enough.
lot for a child.
Just part a little bit of the sternum.
that's really cool.
Do you like it? Yeah. Do you want to touch it? Yeah. Okay.
Blow my mind. Absolutely blow my mind.
She like touches the little cut mark, and you watch her go like,
What?
I have to go.
What's wrong?
We were.
And she takes her doll and like just kind of darts off. You can pursue if you want, but she's leaving.
Don't scare her.
No, I think maybe she picked up on something, like maybe,
Oh, from touch?
yeah.
Can we follow where she went?
Sure. Are you all going?
Maybe the witches.
Okay. So the three of you? Mm-hmm. Okay. You follow her, and she darts up a different staircase, like a spiral staircase. It's a little further down the eastern side of the castle. And eventually the door doesn't fully close, but a small chamber she kind of vanishes into, and the door just kind of rests partially unlatched, but closed.
Oh, I do wonder where the queen has gone.
Me too.
Her loyal subjects are lost without her.
You hear the door finish latching.
We are sorry, Lady Gwendolyn. I hope we didn't frighten you.
Looking for answers, young one. You seem to be very smart. Come find me if you feel like talking.
You just hear it from behind the door. I'm afraid of you, and I don't know why.
I understand. Sometimes I'm afraid of me too. And I turn and I leave.
Why does she hate me?
Who? Lana?
I could feel it when I touched her.
You could feel hatred?
I've never felt hate like that.
I promise you she doesn't hate you.
The Queen's gonna take a nap.
All right.
Bye.
I run after Laudna. I'm gonna go up and give you a hug. It was Delilah.
I think so.
I know so. She said she felt hatred as soon as she touched you. Who would hate her more? Who would hate the Rolos more? That wolf is connected to her. She's inside you. We can't let Percival know. It would destroy us, maybe.
All right. The rest of you, what have you been up to in the interim?
Oh, well, I was going to maybe go to there's a Changebringer temple here. But you guys go to check with the matron.
Run around, and when you're done at the Changebringer gift shop, come find us, and we'll look around.
And you're welcome to come with me. I know you've been looking for something to believe in, and this is a good one.
God, I really have. It's so true. But that's okay. Actually, I'm curious about some Raven Queen.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll go in search of
some
sort of temple to the matron or chapel or
asking around a bit. it doesn't take too long for people to guide you to a location within Whitestone referred to as the Grey Field. As you curve through this path, you see the sign referred to as the Snowdrop Memorial Trail. You do eventually find the path open up into what is an old graveyard. There are tall iron gates that surround it, and there are sections that are segmented. Within here, you do see two structures that aren't directly mausoleums, one of which looks to be a modest temple to the Dawnfather. This one feels older and welcomed. On the other side, much smaller, is what people have sent you towards, called the Altar of the Raven. This is even more modest place of worship for the Raven Queen. It is a large stone worshiping structure that looks like it houses a smaller chamber in the back of it. As you approach, you can see this massive structure of what looks like a cloaked, stone-faced woman mask, the familiar visage of the Matron of Ravens. They're standing, but they're perched before her, and on the ground you see another cloaked figure with its own raven-like mask, also loosely interpreted, with a feathered mantle. And you realize you've seen this figure once at the base of the Malleus Key.
Wait, that was the guy with the move and the one-liner.
That's the guy.
The larger statue of the matron has no inscription, but the smaller of this figure you recognize is noted as the champion of the Raven, in memory of friendship, sacrifice, and the day that he carries us all upon the threshold and beyond. You head to the back entryway to that small structure. It looks almost like a shed that's affixed to the back of this kind of central statue altar. It opens up, and it is a blank interior and a staircase.
I start walking down.
Oh, God.
Shut the door behind me.
It is lightless
more
up here.
doors.
You descend the steps below, and a vague red light begins to approach as you see a basement floor begins to come closer. Your, not quite silent footfalls echo through the somewhat tight pathway where these steps descend through, and you hear a voice go, "Ah."
Hello. Sorry, don't mean to intrude. Just come to worship a little bit.
You hear a bit of shuffling, and the shadow of a figure kind of steps forward out of the red light.
What's going on? What are you doing? What are you here for? You here for worship, you said?
You see this, hairless, kind of somewhat scrawny and jagged-looking dwarven fellow. No hair, no beard, with kind of robes on that go just past his knees, and he kind of walks with that hobbled knee kind of walk and goes,
"Oh, you coming to worship? Okay, yeah, come on down here. You can worship, okay?
Just a casual visit, if that's okay.
Yeah, I know it's what it's here for. I just, yeah, come on down.
What's your name, friend?
Othinon.
Othinon.
I'm having lunch. You can come in.
This is just a solid chamber.
As you step down, it's interesting. There are 5 stone sarcophagi down here, each with the carving of a person on the lid. But they're all, while humanoid and of varying sizes, there's a lack of definition in the face.
I walk down, and I'm going to stand in the middle of these 5. Do none of you think about death. And I'm going to start opening one of the sarcophagi.
Okay. You open it up. It's empty.
How do you think you meet a death god?
You gonna crawl in the sarcophagi?
If you don't, or if we're doing this, let's fucking do it. I hop in.
Okay.
Do I close it myself, or?
Oh, I can. Yeah, wait. All right, I got you.
And closes it on you, and darkness takes you within inside the
Oh,
sarcophagus.
wait a minute. Well, I mean, hold on.
I just came to say a prayer, but if you want, you and I could probably fit into one.
I'm here. Let's do it together.
Want to share one?
Yep.
Feet to feet.
Feet to feet.
It's one that's large enough to not uncomfortably fit you both, but just enough.
4 foot and under. Let's do this.
Okay.
Okay.
I got you.
Closes it there, and you hear his muffled footsteps as he walks over, and then you can't hear anything, and it's just darkness.
Do say a few words in my head and tell the matron, I'm sorry for your friend. I hope you're holding up. I hope we can help. So,
As the silence passes in my head, I say, take your time. That's it.
Minutes pass in silence. Hours even. So hard to tell. Did you stop breathing? No, but you can hear him breathe. Not anymore. As your feel for any sort of shift in rise or fall of your chest, you are uncertain if your eyes have been closed or open this whole time. And the minute you think of that thought, you force them open. And darkness still surrounds you, but for a faint white light ahead of you, like a spotlight on the horizon.
come on, Chet. Ash.
You all hear that voice, but you see nobody around you. Orem's echo, sourceless. But that single white light sits hanging. Far, close, you're uncertain.
Orm?
Let's take a walk.
You step towards this light. And as you do, this spotlight seems to be highlighting a sphere, an orb shape. Formless, distant. And the closer you get, the more it begins to take detail. The more that it looks like a hill or the back of a chair. No, it seems like it's miles away, and then it seems like it's but feet away, and then it begins to move. You see what was once just this mound, this colorless shape, rise and elongate until it has a somewhat humanoid outline. Facing away, all you see is a cloak of black.
Hello?
The figure slowly begins to turn to face you. And you see peeking beneath the long black hair, a pale white, expressionless porcelain mask. Feminine, cold. And a hand reaches up and pulls the mask free. And behind it there is black void. Nothing. Oh, it rushes in and you feel yourself pulled into a second wave of shadow, lost. Your feet touch nothing. You are just floating in absence, in nothing. You hear metal hitting metal, clinking, jangling, like chains dragging against chains. You look up, and you look up at the surface of a hole, not unlike when you looked up from the great tree of atrophy. You see just a ring of light, like you're staring up from a grave, and there looking down, the masked figure looks, and you see chains around their wrists that seem to dangle into the hole.
This is what we do erect from. Come on, I think this is more than we bargained for. I'm gonna try and grab one of the chains and see what happens when I start giving pressure to it.
You feel yourself beginning to slowly climb towards the exit.
Oh, God. Oh.
The two of you begin to climb these chains and feel yourself getting closer and closer to the surface. Do you climb as well?
Yeah, I'll follow last.
As you drag these thick chains, hearing the metal echoing in the space beneath you, endless, like a waterless well that is miles deep. You pull yourself closer, and eventually you feel the chains begin to give. And the masked figure, the matron, raises her arms. These chains are affixed to the shackles around her wrists. And as you pull once more, they break. She lowers her hands and looks up as giant raven wings release. And she begins to fly up as you fall. And as she begins to take off, you watch her break into hundreds of black ravens, flying free and away as the light diminishes. And you return once more to darkness. You don't feel scared. You don't feel perturbed or exploited. You feel noticed. And oddly appreciated.
It's all right. Pick up slow. Slow.
Can we get her, please?
We'll try to pull the lid.
It opens up.
Did you see she had chains? She was so huge. And then the wings? Oh, God, Ashton! Ashton!
You feel
Literally right behind you.
Oh! Oh, no, how long were we gone?
For the length of
How long were we gone?
Like 2 minutes.
Thanks for the illuminating experience.
FCG. What have you been up to?
I'll just go to the Horizon Temple.
Okay. You approach the Horizon Temple. It is open. The doors are free and wide. At this point, it is, later in the afternoon, not quite pushing towards sunset, but you see the familiar face of Osley. As he glances up. Oh, my goodness, you've returned.
Yeah, smiley day to you. You changed my life last time I was here, and I had to come by and say hello.
Well, it's wonderful to know that she's had as much of an impact as you have in bringing yourself back.
May I go in and just sort of pray for a bit?
Of course, that's what it's here for.
All right. I'll
Change
do that.
bringer.
I'll go to the central statue and I'll sit and pray and just try to open my heart and mind to the change bringer and say, if you can hear me, it's me, Fresh Cut Grass. Remember me? It's been a while. I feel like me and my friends are going on a mission that is important and could change a lot of stuff. And I feel like something bad's gonna happen. Like something. There's doom on the horizon. But I think it's right that we're going. And I just wanted to ask you, not for guidance or answers or anything, but just if you could look out, and if there's a way to, like, when things go bad, if you could make it happen to me and not them, I would really appreciate that.
You look up at her stoic face, the hair that cascades past the shoulders and seems to reach out to the various pillars of the interior of the temple. You swear you see the stone in the eyes blink. When they open, there's a deep burgundy color to the stone where the eyes would be that sinks to a deeper red. And you see these crimson trickles that just kind of run down the cheeks. The head seems to shift and look down to address you. You can almost hear the creaking and shifting of stone as the statue addresses you with its red, bloody gaze.
Just grip my coin a little tighter.
You hear her voice in your mind. Dark days are ahead for all. But those who walk the path of bravery can save that what they care most about.
Am I walking the path of bravery?
You are. And you're not the only one. There are many who do. The road before you is fraught with peril and loss. But that is what it is to be a hero. To be a paragon. To be a child of change.
Well, we're coming. We might see you tomorrow. Seems like it's going to be a pretty bad day. Or maybe it'll be a great day. Maybe it'll be really smiley. Anyway, thank you for this coin and for all the guidance you've given me in the past. I feel like I've realized that, like, you're not given a purpose and you don't choose a purpose. You just sort of make one as you go. And I think I'm ready to make one.
That is true freedom. And one of the great many meanings of life.
All right, I'll throw it in reverse and just kind of back out.
All right. You all go back to your chambers within the Castle Whitestone. Your beds are comfortable. The evening's rest is a welcome end to what has been a lengthy day. You think of the strange day to come. The strange device your friends have repaired. and the burning crystal that still thrums alight in the workshop below. And that's
Please. Let's go.
what are you doing?
Tell you next time. I thought you were about to wrap it up.
Oh, I thought I was about to as well, and I was like, oh, they're still doing something. That's cool. Let's go. All right, cool. And that's will end the episode tonight.